And our series from London on Book TV continues this week with Mary-Kay Wilmers, who is the founder and editor of the London Review of Books. Mary-Kay Wilmers, what is the London Review of Books?
I should correct it. There is a founder editor. That's not me. I was there at the beginning, but the founder editor is a man called Carl Miller. He initially was asked to start the paper. But I was there. The London Review of Books is it's very like the New York Review of Books, only not the same. It was started by the New York Review of Books in 1979 when there was a lockout at the Times, so there was no Times Literary Supplement. And I was working at the Times Literary Supplement at the time. It stopped, I think, in January 79, and then in October 3 papers came out at the same time, or late September maybe. It was rather like the New York Review was started when there was a strike at the New York Times. So these 3 papers came out all in one go, and within 2 weeks the Times was back. So the other 2 eventually merged and carry on as the Literary Review. And we appeared initially inside the New York Review of Books in a marsupial condition. And that lasted until May 1980, and then the New York Review didn't feel that we were helping them in the sense that we were competing for the same writers, I think. And we carried on our own.
And so you are independent from the New York Review
Yeah.
of Books. What is your title? Publisher?
I'm the editor.
You are the editor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Carl Miller left in '92.
All right. Well, Mary-Kay Wilmers, how would you describe the health of the publishing industry in Great Britain right now?
I would say it was awful, but I don't know what anyone else has said.
Why would you say that?
Well, because I think the books have dumbed down to an extent, and that's a shame. That's one side of it. The other side of it is that everybody's very frightened of Amazon and of e-books, and authors are paid, unless they're bestsellers, they're not paid very much money, so they have to have other jobs, which I think isn't necessarily a bad thing, but writers don't agree with me. So that's why I would say it's not very good. I think everybody's frightened of what will happen, and they're sort of developing other ways of doing things with readings and book clubs and academies, and so everybody's being taught creative writing, creative fiction, creative non-fiction, life writing, but to be published where? In e-books or what? I don't know. There seems to me that they're encouraging writers at the same time, encouraging people to write, and at the same time not able to provide somewhere for them to be published.
Well, Mary-Kay Wilmers,
apart from the internet.
Speaking of writers, and British writers in particular, what is it about the British style that seems so concise and well put together? Is it how they're taught in school?
I think maybe it's how they're taught in school. I don't really know. I mean, I admire American writers a great deal. I think that a lot of it comes, what's good about English writing, British writing, is that arguments are developed slowly, that people aren't scared of using complicated constructions or long words. I don't know, that's what I would feel about our paper, but and then it's not so declarative, it's more reticent as a way of writing, and more ironic. And maybe the irony is the crucial thing. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, how many books a year do you review in the London Review of Books?
We review there are about 13 pieces in each issue, and about 3/4 of them are book reviews, and there are 24 issues a year.
So do the math.
You do the math, yes.
Who gets reviewed? How do you pick who gets reviewed?
Well, apart from obviously some people who always get reviewed, but you know, you're not going to miss a novel by Hilary Mantel, or but how do we pick? Well, the books that are not self-evident, we look at them, and if it looks as if they're put together interestingly, we review them.
How often do you review nonfiction?
Oh, a lot. There are rarely more than 2 novel reviews in an issue.
Is the LRB political?
Yes.
In what way?
It's on the left-ish. It's critical. It's most pieces are published with a view to correcting, or or dissent. Well, not correcting so much as dissenting. So, I mean, we're not affiliated to a party. We don't support the Labour Party or the Lib Dems. I mean, we might be more sympathetic to them, but we're not attached to them. We publish quite a bit on foreign policy, foreign issues, published quite a few pieces on the Arab Spring, published quite a few pieces about Israel, Palestine. Yeah, we're in the world.
What is your connection, Mary-Kay Wilmers, professional connection to Tariq Ali, Martin Amis, Hilary Mantel?
We don't have much connection with Martin Amis. He's not written for us for quite a long time. Hilary Mantel, most of her memoir was published originally in our paper, and we feel we're very fond of her. We admire her a lot. We think she's a wonderful writer. She is a wonderful writer. Tariq Ali, he's a friend of the paper, and he writes quite a lot, blogs as much as anything. That I don't know whether, I suppose every paper has a stable of writers, and Hilary Mantel has been one, and Tariq, to an extent, another. But there are many more. Frank Kermode was our main writer for very many years, and it was thanks, the founding of the paper comes from an article he wrote in the summer of 1979. In fact, all 3 papers owe it to him, that he was the one who said, oh, but the New York Review started when there was a strike, and look, nothing's happened here. So he was our main literary critic for many years. Then he died last year. So we have a stable of writers, but we have quite a few American writers. We have 2 American editors on the paper who worked on other magazines in the States before coming here. And
Mary-Kay Wilmers, you're an American.
Not technically, but I was born there, yes. Yeah.
What's your background?
Well, my father was British, and my mother was was born in Poland and comes from that Russian Jewish